happening here?
Hey, we're live now. Thumbs up, everybody.
Glorious.
Max, did you want to start us off?
Hey guys, welcome to another wonderful game of Dice and Delinquents. We hope you guys enjoyed tonight's wonderful episode of Eta Carinae as we continue our ventures down in the drip as we plan our adventure, our heist, our infiltration of a really bad idea.
Oh yeah.
Can somebody remind me where we started? I believe that we were in the previous session. We were at a breakfast table, right?
Yes.
Yeah, we were at the breakfast.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, after some pancakes shoved in pockets, a few discussions, and a little bit of separation between the group, we saw all of our players kind of doing their own thing. Fast forwarding through several layers of us like discovering some more information. Zero ended up making their way up to the top deck as the ship was kind of like leading them around to give them some guidance. And Zero's overwhelming amount of like sound coming from the outside caused pause in them, where they were able to kind of self-center, self-actualize, self-realize that I need to calm down. Calming down so quickly and so surely, going into a deep state of essentially sleep. Zero walked from the top deck to the back of the ship. Crone, seeing Zero kind of like walking out, Zero saying over and over again, I need to find them. I need to find them. I have to go. I have to go. Crone opens up the ship. And in the moment that Crone opens the ship, turning back to tell the other shipmates what's going on, Zero bolts. A quick chase as several people start running out of the ship, grabbing hover bikes, going over through the steel jungle and the rivers of people, and eventually finding Zero, talking to somebody, basically just saying that they need to go up, they need to go up, they need to go up. Crone kind of going in. Hey, everything's fine. Don't worry, everything's fine here. Eventually, like getting to Zero, kind of waking them up. We very quickly said, we need to go back to the ship. We need to do a scan. What is going on? What is going on? As everybody kind of gathered together, we're back to the ship, and a scan commenced. A little bit of hesitation from Zero, a little bit of like, hey, like everything's fine, and comfort from the rest of the party mates. And Zero finally got a scan. The ship said, it's going to take me some time to get this scan ready. Please exit, and I will let you know when I get some results. Everybody else leaves. Zero and Akai kind of going together, making their way to Akai's pad. And Crone, very much knowing, waits in the sick bay for the computer to say what really is going on. The computer then relays the information that there is a big problem, and that a 3D scan of Zero has resulted in the discovering of a parasite in the middle of Zero's brain. As we stopped there, Crone, you are in the sick bay right now. The information is laid out in front of you. The computer is going to end up sending something out to everybody, but it needs your kind of guidance to know what to say. And we'll start with the computer, while kind of explaining to you and doing this kind of 3D rendering image where it like starts to like shift away the image of Zero, so that way you can see the internal organs, the vitae, the veins going through the body, and then all the way through as Zero's brain begins to go back, and then seeing this kind of parasite sitting right in the center of Zero's brain. As it starts to explain to you what this is, Um, the computer starts to explain, like, these parasites come from a planet full of parasites. They have an economy. They have an entire ecosystem of just them. They have royals. They have all of this society built. But what they do is they will find their way into ships, planets, other areas, float through space until they can find themselves a host, in which they will burrow their way into their host. But the odd thing is that most times the parasite should take over right away and begin piloting and become the full and sole control of this thing. But instead, in Zero's case, it appears that it's lying dormant.
I see.
Ugh.
Any other information?
I can continue to decipher things from the DNA of this parasite, but without some actual analyzing, I'm not going to know exactly anything else. If you would like, I could continue to analyze, and I could get back to you in a few minutes with some real detail.
Do so. And in the meantime, where might I find that homeworld?
I'll send coordinates to your datapad. Would you like me to send it to Akai?
No, thank you.
Yes, Captain. And very quickly, you get a ping to your datapad. The coordinates are of a planet that is like fairly small in comparison to like a normal world. And it is one that is kind of like within a good jump from where you are now.
Please make sure you send a report forward to Akai and Zero. Talk about a a possible problem. Something perhaps picked up at our last location, or something from their troubles before. Something we can continue scans on.
Sure, Captain. I could do that.
I'm curious why this one hasn't activated. What was Zero doing before they shifted?
Oh, I had them up on the top deck. I wanted to show them the ship and the turrets. They seem fascinated by anything that they could potentially pilot. I figured that maybe the turret would be the best course of action for them to pilot next.
Portive ship.
Do we have like a small little shuttlecraft?
So the smallest thing that you guys have now is like the bikes and the hoverboards that but Zero being fully enthusiastic about their hoverboard, that the ship has cameras, and so it knows what people are doing. And
Oh yes.
Yeah, it sees Zero.
Oh yes. I was more just curious if I had something that I see. There was nothing else going on while they were there? Did they get
began
any
to
practice?
feel their temperature started to rise and their breathing became very rapid. Heart rate increased. I believe that they were starting to feel a large amount of anxiety very quickly. It seemed to be about something in the outside of that area, perhaps due to the crowds or the mass amount of things that's happening on the outside. Then, very quickly, the heart rate dropped very quick. It went back to below, like, substandard heart rate for zero, and they closed their eyes and seemed to relax.
It took command. It appears they're different this time. I appreciate it.
Is there anything else that I can help you with, Captain, prior to my analyzing of our current data?
Is there... If you could make sure you figure out the best way to have it removed if needed, please.
I'll do my best, Captain, but more than likely, if I tried to do any such sort of removal without the parasite being releasing, Zero would die.
It's a high probability, but any odds we have far better than none.
I will continue to research.
I appreciate it. Thank you. Send your reports at your earliest convenience. My appreciation. If you could please make sure that you do scans on more of the crew as time progresses on, make it a part of the standard medical treatment for the other crewmates, please. Thank you.
Yes, Captain, will do.
And I'm going to start to head
out. Hey, Captain, did you get my message
step
there?
Out of the sick bay. Akai and Zero, you guys are in Akai's pad right now. Our camera shifts past Crone, going into Akai's pad through the wall. You receive a ping to your data pad, and it effectively is a overwork of all of Zero's kind of like medical information. And the current diagnosis for Zero is a large amount of previous stress has caused a significant amount of emotional toll, and that there is a high likelihood that it's resulting in sleepwalking.
Okay. Okay. So I only got that, right? Because Zero doesn't... Does Zero have a pad yet?
Good question. Does Zero have a pad?
Great question. I don't think I do yet. Do I?
Probably not then.
If you have to ask, you don't have one.
Yeah, it's standard practice for pretty much every single citizen to have some sort of like data pad on them at all times. But
I wouldn't have had one before,
yeah.
So they would have had to give me one. I don't remember. I don't think they gave me one.
Nope. So yeah, Akai, you get sent this message. Zero to you. The ship is explaining to you in a really great detail exactly every single percentage that's going on, and it's just going through Akai's speakers.
I'm gonna peer over Akai's shoulder.
Can I just say that there's definitely some like smooth jams going on, like music-wise, and then the speakers just cut out for this.
Yeah, yeah.
He's like, that's not part of my playlist.
And then the chip's just like, and you seem to have a little bit low in iron. You are at a substandard 2% of iron when you should be at 3.5%. So, your treatment would be, and it continues on and on.
So once I notice that Zero is trying to look over my shoulder, I'm also just sort of showing him, or them, I'm sorry, sort of tilting it to let them see as well, because
Yeah,
it's
for sure.
their medical information. So.
Yeah, so you guys see it. High stress, and you know, with this like kind of like past trauma, seems to be resulting in sleepwalking.
Well, at least now we need to make sure that you're awake before we let you go anywhere, right?
I guess so.
I mean, I assume that you don't want to be traversing the city by yourself, or the Citadel by yourself.
I didn't realize I
Like that.
fell asleep.
That might be another problem. What were you doing right before it happened? Like, I mean, because the last time I saw you, you were fine, and then Cap was like, "All right, we gotta go. So we gotta find him, them."
I went outside. There was just a lot.
Okay.
It's very hectic here.
Like loud noises, or just like lights, or everything.
Everything. I'm not used to so much going on. I was just trying to calm down.
Okay. So you were trying to calm down. Were you like meditating, or?
A little? I guess.
Okay. And then the next thing you knew, we were chasing all after you and looking really scared, or?
Yeah.
Gotcha. Well, I mean, we can't stop the outside from doing outside stuff. But if it's a lot up there, maybe we can reduce things. We could talk to Dax about maybe getting you something sound dampening. I can lend you some like really cool shades. You want to join my style? And get you some shades and some cool headphones or something. It'll be great.
Sure.
I'm gonna send a message to Dax and be like, hey, can you make some like sound dampening but not like sound ending headphones?
Sound filtering.
Yeah, filter. And I'm gonna go through like my shelves of stuff and try and find like a non-glowing pair of shades.
Yes, please. I would like to try to make that roll.
Only a history.
Lovely. I need to get my sheet up. Because I'm super prepared.
Oh, we all are. Don't worry.
The quiet scared me. I was like, why is everybody so quiet over here?
I'm trying to
Did
be.
we lose sound again?
I'm trying to be good.
What I'll let you do, I'll let you push the roll, try again, but if you fail, something bad's gonna happen.
Okay.
So if you want, you can push it, and you can roll that again. But if you fail it, then something bad's gonna happen.
It's up to you.
Do it.
They don't want to know. They don't want to know.
Is It's so great when we
That was
make our choices.
the hardest
based on
decision for me to make in my entire life.
So, as you guys are kind of like talking between the two of you of like potential ideas of something that could help for the future, these things that like may end up helping with Zero and like this kind of like sleepwalk, Crone, you get something to your pad. It is some more information on what's going on. You can stay out in the hallway, or you can duck away somewhere. But the ship will talk back when you talk, and you know that.
I'm going to, kind of having seen what's going on the outside of the door, I'm gonna write a quick. Wait, do I have that? Hold on. I think I have it. I'm gonna go ahead and just. I'm gonna go ahead and put the dark chocolates in my pocket. And I'm going to head my way back towards my room, but I'm gonna close the door when I get there.
Okay. Yeah, you go into your room, close the door, and get onto your data pad. So the workup of Zero basically says that if there is the attempted removal of that parasite prior to that parasite willingly going, there is a 1% chance that Zero would live through the procedure. If the parasite decides to leave, then the host is fine.
My chances go back up again. I understand.
The planet that it comes from is called Sintomo 3XW. I'll put it into chat for you so you can have the correct spelling.
Thank you.
And the species of this parasite is Tesmes. This.
What are they?
What are they?
Tesmes? What was that again?
The parasite.
Parasite.
As you're kind of like, what is that? The computer responds to you, and it says, Tesmes. They're the parasite that is inside of Zero. It seems that most commonly, they're known as brain slug. Most people seem to, who actually know that they exist, seem to be wary of most other people. They can take a host of anybody, and it is very unlikely that the host will be able to resist such a thing. This one had a chip inside of it, giving me a little bit more information. It had a tag, an ID. This one is S1137.
I see. Does it have a tracking device to it?
It does not appear so.
Is there perhaps some way of telling when it takes hold compared to Zero?
What's odd is any Tesna should be able to get like take over a host at any time, but this one is laying dormant. Perhaps due to magic?
Perhaps. It's not the first that's been experimented on. Thank you. Do you have anything more to report?
Not at this time, but I will continue to search and go through records to see if I can find anybody who's also experienced this.
Please make sure you access any and all files, public files. You can at each and every port we go to. The more information, the better, please.
Will do, Captain.
Thank you.
And you see the kind of like lights in your room from the computer, you know, showing itself as there now. Big. As Crone is humming his tune along, the camera begins to fade through the wall, making its way through the ship. We go to Dax inside of the mess hall. What is Dax doing right now?
Do you have an axe?
Dax, are you there?
Oh, okay. They're
I'm loitering way too long in there with my.
Oh, they're there.
Sorry, what was that?
Loitering. I am.
Oh. Loitering inside of the mess hall. So
Yeah,
there's
and now
like
I'm stealing random chocolates because of the captain.
yeah, for sure. So there is like a ton of like the captain like provides a lot of kind of like just like any sort of like snack that you could potentially want throughout the day. And including like chocolate, like a whole bunch of variety of things. There's a variety of like nutrient paste, you know, the whole nine. So, yeah.
So he pulls up a lot more like health-based things, and it's actually funny because he talks about a lot of like carrots because they're good for your eyes, and dark chocolate because it's really good for your brain and stuff, and it's great for your health. And so like Dax probably seeing the dark chocolate, it's somewhat familiar of just no, it helps you sleep better. It's all part of this just standard thing. So it's all these weird health snacks.
Nice. So a bunch of weird health snacks, and then also, of course, your mandatory branded nutrient paste because you have to have them if you have a business. But they're all celery flavored.
Is that a actual flavor? Does it have
Yeah,
flavor?
sure.
Okay.
That is
Nutrient paste comes in all flavors. It can
True.
be
I'm
anything
sorry,
you want.
but I was hoping that celery had been just eradicated
From the
in this world.
universe.
Celery ended up being the majority of what the nutrient paste actually like flavored
No.
Turns out celery.
Nobody wanted them,
Yeah.
so they got stockpiled, and now they're sold
God.
to businesses.
I like to imagine that celery actually is able to grow on every planet. Surprisingly,
Exactly.
it's crazy,
I
but
don't want to be an almond mom.
There are planets that are just celery farms the corporations use to create this nutrient base, and then they force small businesses to get the nutrient paste that they offer as celery nutrient paste for the workers because it's healthy for them.
It's water and fiber. That's
Should
it.
never have registered as a business.
Everything
That's-
else was fine. until you introduced celery.
Workers don't need to have celery nutrient paste. That's all I'm gonna say. Dax, you're kind of like have this variety of things in front of you. Is there anything else that you're doing currently?
Well, go to their room, it looks like.
Yeah. Am I? Can I? Am I?
I
not
can't-
hearing
I
that?
can't
Can you
hear.
hear me now?
Oh, they're
Yes,
there.
I
They're
am.
there.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Alright, so I'm probably gonna head back to my room so I can do a few small things I'm working on. Well, it's not small, it's really big. But hey, I probably robbed everybody of their comms as well, because I want to put a tracking device in them, as well as there was one other thing that I don't remember. I'm tinkering too much shit. No, they are the translators.
Yeah, the translators,
They're gonna be
GPS,
so
right?
good. Yeah.
Oh, Dax was working on her defender thingy, right?
Yep. Steel defense.
Oh, right, yeah.
Yep.
That's why I was like, not small tinker, it's big. But
Yeah.
Big tankers. Yeah. So, you go back to your room. You kind of go over to each person, just like, let's do like a short thing, like a couple of words here between every person. How does Dax get this tracker? Let's start with Click.
Okay.
So Dax walks up to Click.
I have to look up to everybody, so I'm.
I don't know, I just walked up and presented to him.
Well,
Like to get the tracker from him, so that way you can work on it.
yeah, because I've got it on me.
Oh, okay, that's easy enough. I just walk by and take it. I'm
Ah!
gonna need this for a second, big good buddy. I'll bring it right back. Don't worry. Oh, you probably can't understand me. Sorry. I will keep going.
Yeah, as you're walking away, in your head, you hear, "Okay, you could have asked, but whatever."
There's not enough coffee on this fucking ship.
Okay.
As you walk through, you like literally like just snag it off. Say that you walk toward. Are you gonna go into a Kai's pad as well to like grab theirs?
I'm gonna knock because we've had instances. I am not this
Fair. All right, Kai, you hear a knock at your door.
For the record, I just wanted to say I don't bring dates back to my house. I always sneak out before in the morning time there. Anyway,
Well, then what did they
So
walk
you-
into in the past? I'm wondering.
listen,
Moving on. Yeah.
it's the skin routine. It's horrifying. Yeah. So her coming up to the door, I sort of glance at Zero, like it's okay, and I'm like, hey, come in. It's unlocked.
So door shifts open, and Dax is there.
Barely looking up
Sup?
and then you're reaching for both of your intercoms. Like, hey, I'm gonna need these for a second.
Why?
So they do a better job. I need this, kid. Please. Any better?
Fine.
Alright.
I hand mine over without question because I know that if I fight with Dax on it, it's just gonna be a coffee comment, and like I don't need it. She's gonna get it anyway, so there's no.
I do a slight bow and then I leave.
Regal. And taking
Regal.
all of these translator devices and kind of going back to your room, you begin to work. You are working diligently to get quite a few projects done simultaneously. Go ahead and give me an engineering, and then you also got a message while you were kind of like roaming through as when you got to Click and you grabbed the translator device. You got a message from Akai asking for the kind of like the noise canceling or noise filtering headphones. That's something you absolutely can do.
Okay, good.
So, do you want to send a message back, or are you just going to be like, nope, working on this?
Oh yeah, I'm gonna send a message back
All right, what do you say?
on it. That's like working, I guess.
Nice. Okay, so Kai, you receive a message back. A roll to me for the engineering, but a 23. Very, very quick work you're making of the majority of this stuff. The GPS gets inserted into every translator device. You can now have essentially like a pinpoint location exactly where that translator is, and you get all of those done very quickly. You are working on that is kind of like a few minute. You pop it open, add it, and slam it shut. What is Dax primarily working on? Are you working on the Steel Defender, or are you working on like headphones?
Just Steel Defender right now. Well, actually, I do need to finish up that little side project. So I'm doing what Entity needs me to, and then I'm Steel Defender.
Cool.
Yeah.
So sorry for which project? Because you also have the net too, if I remember correctly.
The net I finished because didn't I
Net
ask
finished.
the ship to synthesize that for me?
Yeah, and it definitely has up to this point. So you have definitely have that net, and then just a quick artificer infusion to make it returning.
So I put the returning on my Morning Star.
Yes.
You can switch it each day.
Yeah.
Or no, sorry. For Artificer, the infusions you can do it at any time. You can switch it. It just drops off the other one. The Steel Defender once a day. Sorry.
Gotcha. Okay. Thank you very much for that. Which project are you working on prior to Steel Defender?
What I was asked to work on just now.
Oh, the headphones. Okay, perfect. Just go ahead and give me another engineering roll, and we'll just say base amount of time will be dependent on the roll.
How do I toggle it to public again? Sorry. It's still winter.
Real quick, DM. I took some psychic damage, and I'm just wondering if there's enough time, if I would have had enough time to do a short rest.
Oh yeah, totally.
Okay,
yeah,
cool.
Yeah, for sure.
Then
go ahead and just
I'm gonna. Cool, thank you.
Yeah.
Well.
So yeah, you think that the headphones may take you an hour or two? It seems to be what they're asking for is essentially the ability to be able to filter all sound through the headphones. You can do it. It'll take just a little bit of time. That's rough. The Defender, you can get done in an hour, right?
Well,
what's the time on the Defender?
It's instant.
Okay.
Rules is written. You just summon it. So
cool.
Yeah.
Okay, so the Steel Defender, it will take less time if you want to do that first, but if you want to, you can basically do the headphones first. But you'll have enough time before you guys leave the ship regardless.
Okay, and I'm going to pass out everybody's comms to that.
Cool. Yeah, so a very quick, as Dax is working and going to pass out comms again, click. What are you doing? Our camera's shifting down the hallway to the bridge.
Okay, so if I remember correctly, like I said, I had taken psychic damage because I was trying to communicate with Zero when they were in their sleepwalking state.
Yeah.
I took some damage, and then when he got sent to sickbay, I remember I went up trying to kind of stay away from him. I went to the bridge to try and use the cameras to watch in the sickbay, and I believe I saw for a little bit, and then as far as my character knows, the camera just shut off automatically because it was that protocol, the secret thing. I'm just assuming that I wouldn't have been able to watch that. It would have done something to where I couldn't have peeked in on him.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Okay, so when that happened, I would have just kind of sat down, relaxed, and taken a little rest because my head got a headache there. And then I just would have been kind of like, I did a physical, like I've looked around the ship. I spent half the night kind of getting a full general idea of the ship. This, I would probably sit down and while I'm resting, just kind of use the computer to just kind of go over the specs of the ship. Like, what are the armaments, things like that. Because I'm interested, I'm like, does it have guns? Because I did climb up and there are turrets up there. So I would be like interested to know more about that. So I would just be trying to like at this point, I did the physical. Now I'm trying to just like looking at the specs of the ship, the capabilities, things like that, and inventory. Just kind of.
Yeah, give me like a pilot's check. It's gonna be just like a D20 plus Dex.
D20 plus what?
Dex.
Dex. Okay.
Yeah.
D20 plus Dex. Oh, so I'll just do a Dex. The dexterity okay, so I'm just gonna roll the dexterity. 11.
So, this ship has like it's got 4 thrusters. It can go like it is kind of like a a slower ship in comparison on the like scale of the grand scale of ships, but it's a fast cargo ship.
But it's like beefy though, right? It's
beefy,
slow and beefy. Okay.
Yeah, it's got a good amount of like hull points. It's got a good amount of like energy shield. It's got 2 turrets. Primarily it's used for like cargo.
Yeah.
And like as you're kind of like going through things, there is something that's like connected to this ship that you have never seen before, and you have no idea what it is. It looks like extremely complicated, like mathematical like symbols, but arranged in a way in which you don't even know. Like Click's like not aware of like math symbols, but like knows like when things look complicated, and this looks more than complicated.
Okay. So brain. Okay, so I'm sitting there, and I would have okay. I noticed that, and I'm like, okay, that's. I mean, do I even know? Like, I'm assuming it's kind of like a folder. I open it up, and it's just like a bunch of equations.
Yep, exactly.
Okay.
And there's some component on the ship that's like like it'll show you the location of where it is. It is like essentially on the opposite side of the gravity plane. If you look at like the side version of the ship, it's sitting right here.
Back towards
so it's right underneath and at the very bottom of the ship. And there's like this like essentially a small 5 foot by 5 foot essentially cube that is in the very base of the ship at the very end, right underneath the tail. And but what it is completely unknown to you. It just looks extremely complicated.
Could I, at that point, I would ask the computer, fuck, how do I talk to... Oh my god, I'm sorry. I just realized I can't talk to the computer.
No, you can't.
No, wait, I can type. I can type a question, right?
Sure.
Okay.
You can like send.
I'm sorry. I like
messages. Why not? Right.
I totally just realized, like, oh, I say out loud, click, 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 click. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. I know. I picked the character. I would.
The ship responds, "I am unaware of that language, and I do not know what it is."
Or is that a language? We have an infestation. Okay, I would actually type.
Medical assistance.
Okay, I was like, okay, I will type. I'll just ask, like, what is that thing? What's its function?
The you like send out like the copy and paste a name, and the ship says to you, "This is something that Dax has installed special in me. I believe that they called it a MFTL."
Sorry. Yeah. And I will ask if that what. I'm going to assume it's an acronym and ask what it stands for.
It is miniature faster than light travel. It is something that is only on this ship and on this ship alone. Dax has been in development for quite some time and has explained to me a various amount of specifications on it. As far as I am aware, it is the only one in existence.
I kind of a meta question here. Do we like do ships like this normally without that? Is it capable of faster than light travel or
Yeah,
not?
absolutely.
Okay.
Every ship has the ability to go faster than light, but the way that these jumps work is that you start a jump from somewhere, and so you essentially, in like a simpler term, you become the fast ball, but there has to be a catcher.
Right.
And so there's always a receiver on the other end, which a ship will initiate,
Okay.
but know where it's going to launch and then slow down prior to it. All handled by the computer, but we'll be able to go FTL.
So
And
it's
FTL
okay.
is something that you've never heard of.
So just so I understand to make sure, normal, it's point to point. There has to be an established, basically goalpost to kind of sport
Exactly.
analogy, from goalpost to goalpost for a normal one.
Mhm.
But this does
Has
not.
some other function.
I would ask, does the mini FTL require the goalposts?
No.
Pee myself a little bit, because this is like unheard of, right? I mean, this.
Yeah, it is absolutely. There's nothing like this that you have ever heard of or being even developed. This is something that is specific that Dax must have the only knowledge of this in the entire universe, and you formulating in your brain is like you literally could jump from anywhere to any point into another point in space, and you could do it at FTL.
Oh, okay. My brain is now just like, oh my god, the possibilities, and we need to keep this secret, definitely. I don't know if I've been allowed like what kind of user access, but I will like either tell the computer like probably make sure nobody knows about that, and or make sure, ask the computer to send a message to Dax saying we might need to obscure that a bit more if my fumbling found it, just because this, and I'm like, okay, I'm appreciating
The
this.
only
Oh.
people who are able to discover any sort of specifications on the ship are the crew and the crew themselves. No one except for the people who are currently on the ship have users that allow them to determine anything about us, and any scans they get put to the ship that they need to know our specifications have always not been able to understand what that is.
Okay, I am appreciating this ship and crew a little bit more. I'm like, okay, I can work with I like this. This is good. Okay. So
This is a Dax specific thing. This isn't the crew. The crew was not in on this. At least
Well,
not
wait.
that I would think of.
well,
There was a reason why Dax had to take negative levels.
wow. Yeah.
Like,
Okay.
and it is a huge benefit for
Wow.
everybody on the ship.
Yeah. Okay. So at that point, knowing that, it's like, okay, cool. Figured out what that was. I would have, at that point, kind of relax, do my short rest, and I would have focused on the weapon system from then on. Like, because that's
Yeah.
what my character is. He's like really figuring out, okay, what's there, all the deep dive into the specs on the weapon system is what
So,
I
yeah,
would
just
spend.
give me it's like a battle investigation.
Yeah.
Either dexterity or strength, whatever is like your primary, and
Dex.
then just a 20 as well, like a
Okay.
20.
All right.
Yeah, you get some information
Okay.
about the
Basics.
specifications on the ship.
Okay,
and,
cool.
Like, you understand how the turrets work. And you can go up there and use them at any point.
All right.
So.
I would also check, is there like a way to run the turrets from inside? Like, does someone have to actually physically go
You have
up?
to physically be there.
Okay. All right.
They're an older model, but they do have like energy shield flowing
Okay.
over the top of it when you're in space. And
Okay.
so you don't get affected by the gravity as well as the gravitational plane, all of that stuff.
All right.
And then also a shield around you so that you're protected from like laser fire.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I would just chill the rest of the time, just going over that, and then so that would be at least an hour there I'm spending. Oh,
sure.
and when well, just real quick, if Dax came back around and handed me the translator again, I would have taken it and asked, okay, so what was the upgrade? Dax?
Oh,
you
there
there?
we go.
Oh, there we
go.
Yeah, I would have asked you what was the upgrade?
Keep us a bit closer, so we won't get lost this time.
So,
And it's got Bluetooth. I'm gonna walk over.
Nice.
Can I?
You want to give me an engineer at disadvantage? That's fine.
Well, sure. What?
Intelligence.
Oh.
And it could be a disadvantage.
Oh yeah.
Click doesn't know anything about this.
No.
Except for that it's awesome and that he likes it a lot.
9. Bluetooth. Awesome.
It'll Bluetooth to stuff, which is
Nice.
good because then screens that you're looking at will change the text on it. So
Could-
it'll be completely aware to you what everything is externally as well.
But
This shit be Bluetooth. That'd be so badass.
Well, yeah, it has to, and Wi-Fi, of course. It's a hotspot. I still can't talk. Can I
No, you
talk to
can't.
the? No, I can. With the
To the
translator.
computer or
Yeah. Well, now that I have
yeah,
the.
you can with the translator on.
Okay.
yeah.
Cool. Okay. Cool.
Yeah. It does speech out as well as recognition back.
But my speech can't be translated, so I still can't.
Oh yeah, that's true because it won't do.
I can't.
Exotics.
Yeah, I
'cause
still.
you're exotic. I forgot.
So it allows me to understand.
Stand. Yep.
I still can't talk. Yeah, when I talk, it's still clicking unless I'm telepathic. Okay, sorry. I made a weird character. I got to clarify.
No, you're good.
Okay, cool. Got it.
Okay, so it's,
so that's what I'm
it's
doing.
that. We'll kind of like venture through the rest of the ship. At this point, is anybody doing anything that is like of like high importance before we end the day? I believe that we're still 2 days away from the potential kind of like pickup of play for mates.
Yeah, we decided to ignore that. We're 5 days out from the actual heist, and I believe we decided we weren't really going to get anything effective from the earlier one. I believe that's what the captain said, that we're just going to focus on the heist day and just do it all at once, if I'm not mistaken. Please correct me if I'm wrong. Okay, cool.
All right, so over the course of the next like 5 days, is there a time frame in which you guys want to like head back down to the drip, do more discovery work, kind of like any of that stuff, or are we kind of like moving through these 5 days? It is heist morning.
I'm going to be really stupid and be avoiding sleep.
Nice. I love that.
I did.
Love that.
I did have
Good,
some
good,
stuff.
good. So yeah, we'll run through person to person. So Zira avoiding sleep, trying to feed hoverboard, and pancakes are definitely rotting in your bucket.
I would have also wandered up into the like sort of control area and started asking the ship like about 100 questions about how everything worked and what everything did.
Yeah, so we will 100% hop into that RP here in a second. I just want to know kind of what people are doing, and we're going to bounce to each section, doing kind of like a montage. Okay, next, Crone, are you doing anything over the next 5 days?
I'm not sure if these plans would work or not, so if they would, I'd try and find some explosives.
Okay.
To see if we
So,
can bust
The
out that
explosives
bottom.
are fucking easy to get, because you can basically go to any like military grade supply store, which there are a ton inside of the market district, and you know they are. I have it written down. If you can give me one sec. So you need 2 of them, and they have to be grade C or above, and they're 2,500 credits each, and you need 2 of them. So it's 5,000 credits total. Now, mind you, Dax can make this. So Dax can make it for half the cost, but it's going to take them probably a solid day to run through and get 2 explosives of this grade and track down the materials.
That's fair. I'll go over the theorized plan. We'll determine if we're gonna make that day or not.
Okay, so we will hop to that RP where we'll have everybody sit down and we'll do a full explanation of the plan, what's going on, and potential stuff. Cool.
And then during that time, also, I'm gonna make sure I'm keeping an eye on Zero.
Yep. Cool. Akai, you doing anything?
I'm making sure that once those headphones are done, that Zero gets them. Also making sure that they have like the shades, of course. Offers to like put some fun studs, like decoration on their jacket if they want.
Nice.
Like doing big sibling type shit.
Awesome.
Yes.
Okay, so we will 100%
Like-
get into that RP as you guys will end up having that conversation. Dax, doing anything over the next 5 days?
Working on Steel Defender, working on side projects for people, having Click help me with little tasks if he feels like it, yes. During the nighttime, yeah.
Perfect. And then Click, are you doing anything
Okay.
over the next 5 days?
Yes. First thing, I have some dark common clothes, including a hood, that I am going, because again, just wearing, I use a harness. I noticed that Zero's clothes, I believe, were very ragged and really horrible, right? Were they or not? I don't remember.
Yeah. Okay. So here's the thing. The only like normal kind of new clothing that I have is the giant leather jacket that like clearly I just took.
Okay. Cool.
And the shoes.
And
And
then,
the
Yeah, the new-
shoes that were
yeah.
given to me, and then
So-
everything else is like strange, like old robes and things that have definitely seen better days.
Okay. Like I said, I have that. I don't use it. I'm assuming by this time I would have noticed that Akai is trying to kit you out. I would donate that and say, hey, this, here's some material. Might be it's not designed to be unobtrusive. It's for a rogue, basically. So it's a rogue's outfit. So it blends in. It's almost kind of camouflage. I will donate that to them. Also, I would be spending a majority of my time probably helping Dax because I wanted them to make some things the explosives for the basement, and then something to simulate drilling and
okay.
a trap, and then a drone, and that's the order of priority because I think I've been put on distraction duty, so that's what I'd be doing. And then I would just, because I really don't know anything else, I would ask Dax, I need all this stuff, let me help you with anything else because I got nothing else going on. So
Awesome.
I believe that
Alright, so
that
Click,
was
you're
it.
doing all of that with Dax.
Yeah.
So Zero, you in the ship become very well acquainted over the course of the next 4 days. You are in like the helm position every single day. asking questions of a variety of manner. You know, maybe like I don't know the like are we very ship specific where you're like I need to know everything about the ship, or do you begin to realize like you and the ship are kind of friends? You know, like it's nice to you. It answers every question very accurately and intelligently to you, and then it can provide a myriad of answers. You know, even about like external things.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely start to just become friends with the ship at that point. Most of my questions would be about how the ship worked, and how flying worked, and it would start expanding from there to like more information about what this place even was, about like where we were in relation to other places, about how many people there were, like, you know.
How many people there were like on the ship, or how many people there were in every port that they were at?
Like, is this the like most amount of people in one spot sort of thing?
Oh, in existence?
Gotcha,
Is
okay.
this
In
the
existence.
universe? Got it. Okay.
Okay, so I believe that the name of the ship is the Family Jewel.
Thank you.
Am I
Sorry,
correct in
I keep forgetting.
That would be officially what it's most known for. Yes.
that? Okay.
Okay.
On registration, Family Jewel.
Okay.
So
I'm going to call it Turtle.
Yeah, no one likes it. So
I nicknamed it Julie.
you spend the majority of the following 4 days like becoming friends with the ship, constantly talking. It helps you determine like what things are in the ship. Go ahead and just give me like a pilot's check. So it's going to be a d20 plus your dex, and then I'll give you advantage because you're like getting this information over the course of 4 days, and the ship is like helping you step to step.
Yep. Okay.
Nice.
18?
So 18 and then plus your dexterity.
Yeah.
And
I
your
closed off.
proficiency, because you're also the job. Yeah.
Proficiency would be +3 and then plus 3, so +6, so that's 24.
Nice. With direction from the ship, you it runs you through simulators. You ask questions. You're able to like faux fly the ship while it's there. You get good practice on docking and leaving ports. You get practice on like spaceship combat. You get practice on doing just like a normal like cargo missions. You do a ton of these, and over the course of 4 days, you put in 14 hours a day where you're just like solidly doing these things, and or more, like because Zero's not sleeping right now.
No.
So maybe even more than that. You could be sitting at like over the course of like 4 days, a solid like 60 hours or 70 hours of flight time.
Nice.
So, along with that, the ship has recognized you as Zero, it calls you Zero, and is very endearing to you, as, like, you have been asking it so many questions. Give me a persuasion.
Okay. Persuasion. 22.
Okay. During your conversations with the ship, over the course of those days, you guys get to know each other really well. You know, the ship is called the tugboat. You can call it Turtle. It likes that. The registration on it is Family Jewels. So you like know all of these like specifics. It gets kind of this like familiarity with you, and you don't know 100% because you're not super attuned to like technology, but the ship seems to care about you. It like actively is like trying to protect you while you're like doing these missions by like giving you the information to say like, hey, when this happens, you need to do this because that's going to make it the safest for you. after the 4 days of you kind of like flying and talking with the ship, it kind of like closes off the helm from everybody else and will kind of talk to you in a very like low and quiet like speaker, and through kind of this like through like the ship's direct controls, there are speakers, and it almost whispers to you, and it says, "Zero, there's
Yes.
something else going on. I can't tell you exactly what it is, as I've been directed not to.
I know.
But I want you to know that, and that I'm sorry."
I know there's something going on. But I can't do anything about it.
I'll help you in any way I can.
I don't think there's anything you can do.
We'll try. And on that, the ending note, the doors will slide open. The cabin gets a little bit brighter. You go back in. Also, give me a. I'm gonna need 3 wisdom saving throws.
Oh shit!
From just staying awake for 20 hours a day, trying to get as much flight time as you
You're right.
can.
Mm-hmm.
Nice. Ooh,
What the fuck?
Wow.
virtual dice at its best, right there.
Wow, that's almost
literally minimum, maximum,
and in the middle. Yeah.
That is the most insane roll. Okay.
Perfect. So, we will get to that in a second.
We'll deal with that later.
So, day 2, you guys are, you see that Zero's taking a, like, kind link to the ship, begins to, like, kind of, like, mess around with, like, the simulator and stuff, and Zero is actually, like, a pretty fucking good pilot. The starting with the hoverboard was just, like, the starting for Zero, and you can see that they, like, understand something that you don't about space. And about like how things work in space and all of these like things that like normal people don't understand, Zero seems to just get. So they have become fairly accomplished as a pilot in a few days, and then even past that, it's like who knows how good they could get. So a few days, you're on day 2, and the plan has kind of been put together. The crew, everybody gets called in to the bridge of the ship as a mass intercom like goes out, and the ship states that the captain is trying to get everybody together so we can talk about a plan. Please head to the bridge.
Oh, I'm technically already there. I would have been with Dax, but I'm already at the bridge, so.
And we're gonna just assume that Zero is definitely in a space flight simulator in the helm, always, every day.
Yeah, we all would have noticed that now. We all noticed, like, whoop, he's freaking good at it, right?
Yeah. Oh,
Okay.
yeah, for sure. This is impressive, like, flight.
Cool.
Okay, so everybody gets together. The ship begins to, in a low tone, use kind of like a cello and other like soft melodies in the background, and begins to play the captain's song as he's speaking.
Yes.
Sorry, I'm back.
Oh,
Okay.
that's cool. We're all meeting at the in the bridge right now.
And
Okay.
you are in a space flight simulator.
Okay.
There you go. As it currently stands, myself and Akai will head up to the 30th floor along with the rest of the... What was the website? Nate kind of looks to Akai.
Play for mates.
Yes.
Would you like me to access playformates.com,
No,
Akai?
no, I'm good, thanks. No,
But you have it bookmarked.
On the
Julie,
big screen.
no, thank you.
On the bridge monitor.
Good. Trauma.
In the meantime, Dax will be going up as one of the vault engineers. Once we're all up there, we will be able to try and access the vault and be able to obtain the items that we need, along with a few others. At that point, we are looking to head back down. I'm hoping we'll have subdued the top chief along with any others might be up there. But on our way down, we will take the elevator down. But I want us to see if we can access out the back hallway. Perhaps if we can find schematics, I'd like to see if there's a elevator access patch or something else so that we can, or even just depart on the second floor, so we can get to the area to blow a hole through the floor and exit out. Something that Click will be able to do along with Zero.
I'll give a thumbs up.
I'm also expecting there will be several alarms. I'm sure we can overcome those. Dax, perhaps if you had something that could mimic a voice with a bit of a timed effect, I think a bit of smoke might help distract them as well.
Well, that could be something like that. The voice.
I could do what I did last time with the speakers. Throw everybody off.
I don't want it blasted across the whole area. I want it specifically from the elevator, which is why I need a recording device for a very specific message.
Okay.
So like a recording device you can carry with you?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Is that something they could add to the like the Bluetooth to the translator?
I could just do a magical tinkering on an object. Whenever tapped by a creature, the object emits a recorded message that can be heard up to 10 feet away. I don't know if that's far enough. No.
I assume it'll do at the time I need it.
Yeah.
Anyone have questions, concerns, comments?
I was thinking, and I'm mentally because I can't talk. Since Zero's such a great pilot, I was thinking maybe they pilot a little drone as part of the distraction. and not necessarily be like inside the building. They could stay outside and keep eye out and everything and communicate with us if, you know, the backup's coming or anything. I think, I mean, technically, and then I can go like set up the drilling trap in the basement or the club or whatever, and then go get into the basement. And then when you let me know, I can set off the explosives from the basement. So you guys wouldn't have to be carrying in any triggers or explosives or anything. That just want to make sure that that's my job.
Yes.
Cool.
You would be the one to set off the explosives. It's just about trying to make sure we set it off at the right time.
Okay.
Make sure we're close, but not before we are there. I'm assuming we're likely to have alarms go off. We won't make it down to the elevator initially.
Okay.
I trust Akai. Akai will get us down. But we won't get down on the first floor. They'll be left with smoke, and a voice telling them we're going anyway.
Okay. No problem. So my job. So just to be clear, for the team outside distraction, Zero will pilot a drone just to harass them and give them. And this is all dependent on when you give the signal. So everything, just so I'm understanding the plan as well. Everything's cool, fine. Everything will be fine until you tell us outside, go, then the distraction will hit. We're not on a timer or anything. We're waiting for your signal, correct? Or...
let's see.
The ship has been given the majority of the information as well, right? Like you guys have like sent it through data pads and all of that.
Yeah.
Okay.
A majority of mine probably would have any requests or specs. I use probably the data pad the most out of everybody here just to communicate. So
yeah, for sure.
For communication, I know everybody else uses it more, but for other things,
I've never actually flown anything real yet.
don't worry. It's flying a drone. You're gonna have a little remote control, and you're not gonna be in the drone. It's just gonna be like what you're doing now. Is to be pretending and flying it, which you're great at. You're awesome. You got this.
And this will be
What
good
am I
practice
doing
for
with it?
something much bigger.
Oh, you're just going to fly it and basically harass the building and keep it alive as long as possible.
Okay.
But you need to make sure that you're well rested for it.
Yes.
The best reflexes come from the best sleep.
Yeah.
I'm sleeping.
We all...
Inside check.
Do we need to, or can we just look at him and go, no, you're not?
I'm gonna say that Zero is kind of because Zero's a tiefling, right? So
Yeah.
it's like I'm gonna say all tieflings look kind of tired.
Okay.
So give me everybody give me an insight.
All right.
You can whisper me a deception.
Okay.
I have this distinct feeling.
Me and Dax are working together on.
Zero, Zero's sleeping. Like they are just a tiefling.
Even for me?
Yep.
Yeah, I don't sleep, so I don't know what it looks like to not sleep.
I shouldn't have had to.
Oh yeah, you got a 20.
Yeah.
Nope, I know.
Oh, shit.
Doesn't matter.
Zero is sleeping just fine.
Okay. Oh wow. Whoa.
Actually, I'm kind of energetic.
And I probably should have rolled with
Tells me.
disadvantage because I don't sleep.
All the like flight sim stuff seems to like given Zero kind of like a familiarity to the ship and a feeling of like being, as well as like something to do that's not boring. And Zero looks happier than they've been in the since you guys have known Zero.
Right, I think he's great.
I'm just ready to do this. Get it over with.
Captain, what are you going to do about the AI mesh? I had a message that went between Akai to the rest of the group that an AI mesh was securing both doors, and only people who are registered underneath their database in that AI mesh would instantly kill anybody who goes through at the atomic level. If you're not whitelisted, you will die.
Well, that's. There's a party that we're hoping to get invited to. So technically we will be whitelisted, but for one instance.
But everybody else.
Well, I don't know. Does the mesh go underground too? For click?
As far as I've seen, the mesh does not go underground. It's across each door.
So we go in through the window.
Yeah, well, there's only 3 going in. They're going to be white. In order for me to get underneath, I would have to go through one of the entrances, the back entrance.
There are 2 entrances in the building, and the computer will kind of, phase up a outline of what this place looks like. Give me just 1 second, because I need to go.
Do we have a map?
Of course, I always have a map.
Yes.
Well, I don't know if we'll see it yet.
Oh, you're gonna see it.
Oh.
Because somebody who happens to be an exceptionally good engineer was able to decipher every point of the blueprint.
That's right. They got real high roll.
So if you give me just 1 second, I just have to.
Nice.
Why is this thing being an idiot?
It's roll 20.
Yeah.
Roll 20. We love you. Please sponsor us.
What? Okay.
Do we know?
Shut up.
Do you see those rolls that Zero got? I'm just gonna say that.
Yeah, that was.
I can't see.
Well, the wisdom
I've
says.
gotten 2 nat 20s.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it was like a nat 1, a nat 20, and a 10. Like it just it
Yeah.
doesn't get
Like literally 1, 20, 10. Yeah.
Yeah, then I got a 20 again.
Well, we didn't see that 'cause it's secret.
Gotcha. Well, I
Just
still
had no
don't remember
chance.
the.
Well, for me, I was saying I probably should have rolled the disadvantage because the fact I don't sleep, I have no concept of what not sleeping looks like. Not sleeping looks like me.
But this,
Yeah.
this doesn't have any. That doesn't have anything to do with it, though. It had
Oh,
to do
it's-
with whether or not Zero was lying.
Oh.
It was a perception as to whether or not
Right.
the actual statement of "I have been sleeping fine"
Oh, yeah.
was
Yeah, they just-
was a truth or not.
Yeah.
They're kind of hard to read. They're a little confusing.
They're very confusing. And I'm nervous around you now because I got hurt from trying to talk to you.
You guys have to forgive me. There's going to be a little bit more information that you're going to have when you look at the map, but I need you to, be
Yep.
veterans and know that
Yeah.
instead it's just names of
Yep.
places. But,
No
it'll take
metagame.
forever to go through.
No worries.
So,
We're professionals here.
professional.
Yes. High level of.
On what planet?
Okay. And pulls up essentially the map of this place. Do you guys see this? Okay.
Nope.
It's gathering steam. Hold on.
I got nothing.
Oh, it's all black.
Hold on.
Yeah.
All I
Oh,
see-
there we go.
There it is.
Okay.
Okay.
So, out in if you go to the very top, up here, we'll
Okay.
say second entrance. Okay. So this is like the side alleyway entrance.
Okay.
There is an AI mesh on this door.
This place is big.
at the front, this is a complete surrounding metal barricade that is across the entire front of this place. Each one of these is the turrets that will, if the feeling of murderous intent comes across you, then they target you. They have essentially like this whole place barricaded off. Was the street that they've just like barricaded up. Just past that is a holding bay that has multiple ships as well as multiple computers. They have a bunch of like hover carts to like help them move gear. There's a crew sleeping quarter. There is a recreation room. There seems to be some sort of like back office where they do like some sort of like paperwork. Another recreation room that has games in it for them, for like the workers. There is a cargo storage hold. There is the bathroom, showers, and then there's another cargo. This is the one in which Dax was able to kind of determine this is where they would hold the majority of their like narcotics. Here on the left-hand side is kind of like a room that has like gear in it, so it's like an armory or I forget the word. Essentially an armory, It's got like some equipment and stuff, and then there's a officer's room. Each one of these, so the way that you go essentially like up and down in this is via an elevator, but that elevator is inside of the officer's room. This is the where the floor and the sewer kind of meet at its lowest point. So I kind of have to use markers to identify things because obviously it doesn't have everything.
Yeah, no worries.
So this is where you'd be coming through via the sewers. This is where you would have to get to be able to go up floors. But both of these doors are guarded, or every door from the front and the side is guarded by the AI mesh.
But they're
suddenly really jealous of Link.
So to be clear, I will not be going through the door. I would need to actually go from the sewers, so I don't need to worry about the mesh.
No.
Okay, cool. Okay, then for me, that's easy. That'll be the spot. So I don't have to actually come into the building at all. All my job is to set the explosive there and wait for the signal. Okay.
And then I think that now would be a good time to take like maybe like a 5 or 10 minute break, kind of overview the map, figure out what you guys want to do, and then I will be right back.
That sounds great. We will be back, let's say 7:30. Is that okay? 8 minutes?
Let's do 7:35.
7:35. All righty. Sounds good. Right. We will be back then.
Thank you for watching. We'll be back.
Yep. Okay, we are back. And everybody's off camera except for Charlie. Charlie, big screen, focus.
Spotlight Charlie.
Yep. Don't need to. He's already spotlighted there. All right. So I think one thing we really need to nail down is getting access to the party and getting the credential. Oh, come on, you guys. Thank you, Summer. Thank you very much.
Back on in a minute.
I'm on camera, but I'm little teeny tiny in the corner. All
I'll
right.
be on when I'm not. I'm not being bullied.
You are being celebrated, sir.
It's a celebration.
That's the same thing.
Same difference. Same difference.
So yeah, getting on the party list and then intercepting the engineer, the vault engineer, because that way they'll be whitelisted at that point. Is that right, Diab?
So the process of you guys getting whitelisted has never been asked. So you have no idea how people get whitelisted, where the database stores are, you know, what the requirements are to be whitelisted, or if the vault techs are already whitelisted prior to them even going in.
And the whitelist is based on a little card they carry around, right?
It's biometric.
Fun times. Okay, that complete. Okay, dumb guy's gonna go sit back in the corner and let the smart people figure this out. I know my job. I got me and Zero dialed in. How are we gonna do that? Hey computer, do you know how to get past the whitelist?
I do not.
Fuck.
Windows.
So, Zero, as you're looking at this, there are no windows.
Yeah.
Like every single space on this grid is a flat wall. In the interior is all just like fluorescent lights.
The only windows that we saw, right, were like at the top, like
20,
two.
the 30th floor.
Yeah, and we realized they're like missile, bomb, everything proof.
Yep. Yeah, they're. Hold on, I have it in my note. Yeah, so all windows are made of, or cannot be opened, and are made of explosive-proof glass, and the walls are tempered manisteel.
Yeah, and that's from top to bottom, the walls, so we can't punch a hole in the wall or anything.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Then
Are there like chimneys?
This is kind of like a flat building. The ventilation system. They have an
Basically
internal
that.
ventilation system, right? Of course they do.
Okay.
It's somewhere in this building.
Could we use that?
If we're inside.
with the awesome job that Dax did on looking at the schematics of the building, would we have knowledge of the ventilation and wiring and all that as well? Or is
Oh
it...
yeah, it goes from room to room. They have like an entire air has to flow through this place pretty consistently, and they have like a full kind of like you'd call it like a central air system where it keeps everything at a moderately low temperature because their narcotics need to be kept at a moderately low temperature. You know, you guys had already determined that the primary export for them was vamp dust. Vamp dust is like very well known that if it's not stored at specific temperatures, it gets moldy. And when it goes moldy, the essentially the drug itself becomes way less potent, therefore not nearly as valuable. So the vents go to every single place here.
Do they?
They are not external.
There are no external venting or anything.
So you go in through the sewer and then you use the ventilation system to get to the rest of it?
No. Wait. The sewers run underneath it.
Uh-huh.
The sewers, so there's the access through the actual sewer.
Yep.
Into the building without, I mean, the sewer system runs, that has access to the external. The sewer system does.
Yeah. That's what I was saying.
So it's possible to get in
guys.
to, well, no, it's possible to get into the building without blowing a hole by going through the sewer, the actual sewage.
Exactly. And then once you're inside, you can use the ventilation system to get past the other doors inside. Right?
And if you're inside, then you have access possibly to internal systems, right?
Yep, absolutely.
With the diagrams and everything, can we tell how large these sewage ports and pipes are?
Like from the sewer to the building,
Yeah.
extremely small.
Extremely small.
Yeah, they have like drains and stuff that basically go from the floor. Like you will for sure have to like blast through it.
I was thinking maybe something tiny could get in. Would you say the pipes are tiny?
No.
I'm sorry, was that no?
No, absolutely fucking not. The pipes are not big enough for a person, or a small person, or the tiniest of people to get inside.
What about a snake?
Yep.
Yeah,
Or-
for sure. You can get a snake in there.
Okay. Anybody,
I can get my familiar in there then.
does anybody have polymorph?
There you go.
Shit.
Do
So,
we know what pipes to let her name? I can't pronounce her name.
oh, that.
Um,
Well, I mean, we have
maybe in.
access to the schematics, so we would know exactly where to go.
We have schematics of their sewer stuff down there.
Yeah, Dax.
Okay.
Yeah, Dax rolled a massive high roll. So
Okay.
wait, the wiring. Now I'm just wondering. Does their wiring, like power, electrical, all that run underneath the building, as well?
Oh yeah, for sure.
Could you cut power to the doors?
Well, most likely, when you're thinking about this, they have to have redundancies in the
Yeah.
system to be able to,
Yeah.
like, you're in the drip, power goes out constantly.
Yeah. So they would have backup generators more than likely, and
For sure. Or they're generating their own power.
yeah.
Makes sense.
So, not the best for that kind of plan.
But in the sewer, we have that.
So ill prepared.
So basically, in the underground, we have access to their wiring and sewage. Oh man, I need a smarter brain to do this.
Yeah, you guys can give me rolls if you want some rolls.
Yeah, help my brain. I want to figure out. Oh, hold on. I gotta check my.
Blake can't do any rolls. We're gonna just nail that right away.
Hold on, I'm looking at my okay. I did Nesmith. I used to be a miner. I spent 15 years as a miner.
Nice. All right. So,
Would I be able to roll?
So I'm trying to think, like, how
just
can
let
I?
me know what you want to roll. So, what's the thing that Zero's trying to figure out right now?
Well, I have a question before I roll.
Yeah.
The ventilation system, that runs through every single room, every floor?
It goes through every room as far as you can see in this floor. This is the only diagram that you guys have.
Okay.
Just of this
Yeah.
floor, right?
Yeah, it's just
Is
this
it-
floor.
Okay.
Is the ventilation system big enough for a small person to get through?
Absolutely. Like,
Okay.
you think that you would be able to fit through it.
Cool.
Click could fit through it, but other than that, probably not.
But there's no external way to get into the vent,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Yeah.
So if we were in the building, we could then get
I'm
in.
trying to figure out how to bypass to get in through the external situation, because that's the only thing that I can't figure. Do not come near me. I'm sorry. There's a bug.
Okay.
Click.
None of us are with you.
Hey
guys.
now, come on, man.
Come on.
Go
Are we
away.
akin to leave our roommate and our teammate and our shipmate alone?
Yeah, dude, I see a
It's
fly
fine.
swatter on this ship, and things are gonna be bad.
I wanna find some kind of way to sneak in
Okay,
to the
so,
building.
like, what is Zero looking for?
A weakness?
Like in the walls, the floors, the entry point
Some-
guards,
Some overlooked entrance, I guess. Like anything's. I don't know.
so you know that there are essentially 4 entrances. There's 3 in the front and there's 1 in the side, and that is it. You
Okay.
know that there is only one other way to get into this building that you guys have currently discovered, and that's
The
through the
sewer.
floor.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I'm wondering if there's any other entry point through the sewer that would be easier to get through, I guess. I don't know.
You can give me we could do like a hack or engineering, but it's going to be a disadvantage. It's
Yeah.
a D20 plus intelligence.
Okay.
So what's your intelligence mod?
3.
So you think that that pretty much what has like the blueprint. The other thing is that the blueprint is like kind of older, you know. It doesn't have like up to date specification, as like it was something that I believe Akai had found, and then Dax was able to just kind of determine based on what the rooms would be, what everything would be. It looks like this building is solid. Like they didn't pick this location because it was easy to infiltrate. They picked it because it was insanely impossible to infiltrate. Like they've reinforced things to make sure that people can't infiltrate, and it's because as like a gang leader, you wouldn't want somebody to be able to just get into your place anytime. So
What about the actual, like, merchandise themselves? Like, how is that scanned and maintained? Yeah.
based on
Like they're-
like what Zero knows, it's probably just they have to craft it somewhere, right? So either they're crafting it in here or they're crafting it externally.
Yeah.
Then they bring it in, or they just store it. So it has to like still kind of flow through your a standardized like method of basically external to internal or just internal to storage. But then it also has to do like internal to external, right? So that way they can sell it.
Right. Would there be a way to sneak in with the cargo?
Maybe.
I have a question as well.
Yeah.
The AI mesh. I'm looking at the door, the back door or side door. I'm not. Oops. But yeah, up here. The AI mesh. Basically, can it be turned off? Is it always on, or is there like on the inside like basically a switch to turn it off if you're on the inside and you open
it's absolutely always on.
Okay.
Yeah, this is like the utmost of their security,
Okay.
and probably the most expensive thing that's in this entire building.
Okay. I like what Zero is going with. Hide in a box to get in.
Everybody, give me an intelligence check. Except for Zero. Zero, you're good. It was your idea that's bringing you on this.
I don't think this is
Ooh.
gonna be a thing.
Okay. We're waiting on Dax.
Yeah, just Dax.
Not so smart.
Hey, that's a pretty good roll for somebody who doesn't have a modifier.
Yeah, that's straight.
Yeah.
Oh, dang! Look at everybody
I was
else.
thinking for somebody who couldn't find the fucking button to do it, it's a pretty good roll.
Crone, a thought occurs to you when Zero's talking about how they get the stuff in and out. How do you do it? How do you do it? How do you do it? You're looking at it. They have a ship bay. How do they get the ships in?
Oh shit.
Could I fly a
Bring
ship
it
in?
in through the ships.
There's got to be another way in or out. Okay, so just to be, none of the doors that we've seen or on the schematics are large enough to accommodate a ship, right?
Absolutely not. The ships that they'd be bringing in, even like the hover carts going back and forth, they wouldn't be able to fit through the doors. So unless the hover carts are empty and then they're turning them sideways and like lugging them inside, but how would you get a ship in there? Any ship.
Can I, real quick, I'm going to send a message to Herc and Bert
Okay.
and say, again, no money. Just if you noticed, how do the ships come and go? Have you seen ships like entering and leaving the building?
Be like, what ships?
Yeah.
They'll actually message you back very quickly. And the very first thing is like they'll say like hey Click, it's good to hear from you.
Oh yeah,
Doing well. Then they're like,
I get the passive aggressive. I pick up on that.
Wait, what?
Nope.
I did not pick up on that.
I just said, hey, do they do this? And they replied, hey, it's good to talk to you too. How you doing? We're doing good. And in regards to that, it's like, yeah, I get it. I was rude.
I did not get that. I still... Wait. What?
This is a Zero
Wait.
problem.
Yeah.
So they respond with that, and then they say no money is required. We understand now that there is something greater going on here, and we think that you guys are going to do the right thing. The ships have a method to be able to get inside via it is a real like a hollow shield on the north side of the building that has the ability to power down, revealing out a section of the wall, allowing ships to travel inside, and then as it reappears, it takes on the outside of the building.
So it's not actually a wall. It
is a wall.
Okay, it is a wall.
Yep.
But it drops.
But it will mimic the outside of the building. So it allows ships to travel through it.
Okay, it's not
it has
on.
to get dropped first.
Right.
Okay, and it doesn't. The wall doesn't show up on any schematics, and
because it's old.
Okay.
But this is new.
Oh, they made a modification. Okay. I'm disseminating to everybody here. So
if we fly it.
Well.
We're not gonna just fly into the side of a building.
I mean, if we could find a way to get them to expect us, and we
Or-
could fly.
If we're just able to
That
get
just-
the door open.
We
Okay.
could wait. What if we? I mean, we were talking about kidnapping the engineer. What if we just kidnapped the, like, delivery people? Took their place.
I
One
think
of the
they'd
pilots.
notice.
How old is the schematics we have again?
They're like 3 years old or so.
3 years old. Okay. So I would like ask like the computer to like update with our new information there. So I'm assuming it's like here. That
Yeah,
wall.
so it is exactly right here.
Okay.
And essentially, it is from. I'll do a little drawing.
Okay.
Draw shape.
Thank you,
It is
computer.
from here to here.
Okay.
It disappears.
All right. Cody, if you could, I really need you to change your color because when you're painting and stuff, it's so hard to see. I'm sorry.
We're gonna go
White.
Would white work good?
Sure, that
Yeah.
yeah.
Against the dark background.
Or
yeah.
like yellow would be perfect because
Color.
yeah. There you go. That's cool.
Yeah.
Thank you. Sorry.
High contrast.
That's why when you were doing the rooms, I was pinging as well because I was trying to make sure it was visible.
So from here
Okay.
to here.
Okay.
So this section of the wall will come down when that essentially that internal shield generator is lowered. That section of the wall disappears.
Okay. So it's not made of the same material as the rest.
No, it's not made of tempered mana steel. This is like it would be similar to what you would see on like a ship, it's
Okay.
essentially like a shield generator. You guys know that shield generators are extremely durable. It isn't, it's not tempered mana steel, but it is hundreds, if not thousands of points of damage that you'd be able to have to successfully do prior to have this thing go down.
To blast it open, yeah.
Yeah, this is for ship to ship combat, not
Okay.
personnel combat.
I would say, why don't we just order a bunch of drugs and then take the ship back?
Rugs.
Did I?
I don't think that's where we're looking to go with things. My hope was to go in quietly, access what we needed. My hope was to leave either with them unknowing what had happened, or distracted, or off in some other places.
Aren't
On top
they-
of that,
Weren't they disguising?
Go ahead, Zero.
They're putting people, like kids like me and boxes as cargo.
I don't think that was that these people? That was.
that was Tito's.
I don't remember. Yeah, that.
You guys have
There's the medical
the
supply.
email as well that you can reference back to.
Oh, hold on. I got it.
In the meantime, Akai,
Mm.
you were mentioning something.
We have different ways to get in. The problem that I'm seeing is how are we going to, if it's biometric, how are we going to get the vault engineer, like, because getting in is a whole thing, right? Which we can, in theory, do now. Getting into the vault is the bigger problem, because finding the vault engineer might be easier, but like attempting to persuade that shit to happen since Vax just can't do it because they don't have the same biometrics. And then getting whatever it is out without us either destroying it or getting killed. We also have to find a way out. Getting in is great. Getting out is also important. They'll already have been.
I was supposed to make a distraction.
Click raises his hand.
I'm not the leader of this. Go ahead.
Upon reading the email that they're looking for more children. I'll side eye to Zero and go, they're looking for a supplier of children.
I could get us in.
Red flower, necrotic moon. We have code words to get in.
And what do those code words mean?
Well, just read the email from Herkenberg. So, this is 2 Opal Gree from Captain Rule Talon. Captain, thank you for the most recent shipment of goods. The girl exactly who we are looking for. She states that she does not know why she felt compelled to our station. The priests have assured me that they have been trained to come together even if they are across the universe from each other. Continue to search the Citadel. There will be more children coming soon. We need 2 more, and then our work will be done. Code names are as follows. Red Flower, Necrotic Moon. If you find more, we will need to implement a new plan. His daughter can only go missing so many times before the citizens become suspicious. We already are monitoring and delivering any conspiracy theories dealing with his daughter. The reply was, yeah, no shit. It's obvious to our troops. Anyone with half a brain will be able to figure it out. I'll chat with Volker and see what he thinks the best option is. We need to switch suppliers. Tito's doesn't know anything, but they might get wise if we use them too often. Too important to off need the supplies. Telling out. So we can say, hey, we're a supplier. We Captain Rule sent us. We got kids here, and Red Flower and Necrotic Moon. Maybe that'll get us in, and actually an audience and whatever.
What's your thoughts, Sakai?
Zero, how did you get to be on the Citadel?
I just sort of ended up here.
So I don't want to be that person. But your horns are fairly crescent moon shaped, and I'm kind of worried that maybe how do I say this without being a dick?
You're Necrotic Moon.
Possibly?
They couldn't be expecting me.
They kind of are, it looks like.
No, I was sent the other way.
What?
Other way from what?
Nothing.
Oh, no.
I got lost.
You
got
were
lost a long time ago.
stowaway on our ship.
I would like to know if he's being truthful right now.
Agreed.
Zero, you can roll me either a deception, or you can just roll me a persuasion. Everybody else roll me insight. Zero, whisper.
Okay.
Oh, shit, Captain. Oh.
Captain, please.
It was almost a crit for the cat and rolled 19, man. Oh god, I'm so horrible.
Probably slightly to recommend.
I don't know how I got here. I got lost.
And we believe that
I do.
based on our rolls.
So, yeah, well, Zero doesn't seem like that's a lie. Bro, there's something going on, you just don't know what it is. Like, something's going on here that's like, Zero is maybe not saying everything.
And tell me, what was the other direction? You stowed away on our ship. What was the other direction?
Staying where I was, I guess.
No one likes stagnation. You have the spirit of an adventurer.
Huh?
What?
Not me. Sorry. I saw somebody was typing and it said Will-O-Wisp.
That's
I
the
I don't know
GM.
who that was.
That's the GM.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay. Whew.
That doesn't matter anyway. The point is, I can get us in now, right?
Why doesn't it matter?
Why does it matter?
Why do you want to get us in?
Let's see.
Because I should.
Good lad. We appreciate it. You're a fine addition to the crew, and I'm happy to have added you. I'm glad to see that you're willing to put so much ahead for us. Are you sure, though? You could be captured.
Yeah. I need to do it anyway.
Are you sure you're ready for it? And the answers you might find.
I have to be.
Then I have a bit of research I must do to try and gather if that'll be the case. If they're interested in people, the more information, perhaps, the better to persuade them of your entry. I'll see what I can find. But, again, this is a much more overt entry for everyone.
And it also doesn't get us to the vault.
No, not directly. This would get
Not
us
too
inside,
important.
perhaps get us to the lead,
Mm-hmm.
but it doesn't cover the vault. From there, we would have to, probably, under covered guard, would likely have to overcome whatever is there, make it down to the vault, access that,
Up
and
to the vault.
Well,
Thank you.
yeah.
and from there we have to access all of it, and then leave all under alarm, because there's no way we'll make it all the way up there without some level of detection.
Do we know how many people are in the building? Did we ever get an estimate on that?
Between 50 and 80 people.
Shit, okay.
Predominantly gift.
Yeah.
And that's not depending on who's might be outside of the building who will come into the building afterward. Like during everything.
Do we know what's in the vault? Anything at all? We all we know about what's in the vault is based on the item we're supposed to be getting, right? Or do we know?
We know that there was a nano power suit thing.
Military tech, nanotechnology,
Yeah.
special weapons, various different items.
There's all you guys. I think also discovered all of the bad stuff that could happen inside of it.
Well, I was thinking maybe we get Boss Man himself to open up like, hey, we got the 2 kids. We'd like payment in some badass weapons, like super high grade, like nobody else
They would
has.
not let us into the vault, I don't think.
Well, he's the only one who can go in, right?
Him and his
Technician.
accountant,
Oh.
and then and then otherwise it's the vault, the vault engineer technician person.
Well, if we asked
So the
him,
3 people who have access to it.
he would be the one to go and get whatever for us.
I would not expect him to. This is a gang that often kills for what they want.
Yeah, they're not gonna pay us like that.
I
Mm.
can
Especially
get
you
through
wouldn't
the
open that
ventilation
for us.
system.
But then does the ventilation system go into the vault, which, given the fact that that thing is practically unhackable, I wouldn't imagine that they would have a hole in it other than the door.
Something about the drugs. The drugs. Not that I want them,
We
which I
we
do,
like the bear spray click.
but I'm just saying there's something about the drugs that just pinged in my brain. There's something about it. Herkenberg. Hey, how often do they get shipments in, and do you know where they're from? And how you doing? Hope things are going great for you. And thanks for the info on the last one. So yeah, I send that.
Okay.
I read the room. It's like, okay, I get it. How you doing? Hope things are
I
good.
feel like it
literally said it
accidentally
after the
said.
fact.
After, yeah.
feel like
Oh, and it was at the end of
The only thing that I got from them doing that was, "Oh, come on, this feels like so annoying. Just get to the point."
But, yeah, my the salutations are clearly at the end after asking for the info. Okay.
So what was your question?
How often do they get shipments, big shipments in?
What classifies as a big ship?
The door dropping and a ship actually coming in the building.
Well, like once a day, if not more.
Okay. So there's a lot of...
They're constantly importing and exporting. So they have ships flying out, they have ships flying in.
Okay.
I could pretend to be someone else once I'm in and get access to the vault like that.
If we go in like your cart, like your, inventory, there's gonna be eyes on you the whole time. Like the whole time.
And the internal doors, do they have the AI mesh as well, or is it just the external doors?
External only.
Okay.
Yeah.
So once we're in, if we're sneaky enough...
I mean, they might even just What do they put in the vaults? Would they
Well,
put me there?
I don't know.
Oh God, I hope not.
Roll me intelligence.
0?
Yeah.
Do it.
If they put you in there,
Prone
then
to.
we're not.
Oh.
Just straight intelligence?
Yeah. And
Okay.
Crone, can you also give me a insight, please?
Oh damn. Okay.
Ooh.
So you're not sure where like 0 would be located at if they got 0. What you think is that the vault contains the most valuable things. Has to be the most valuable things. And okay, cool. Continue, sorry.
They would have to open it to put me in if they did.
And they most likely would.
I could go in the cargo because I'm super sneaky, and I could get I'm assuming the explosives from the top would be just as effective as from the bottom to blast the hole down into the sewers. And if ever, okay, hold on. I can get in. I can get in the cargo with the drugs. And I promise I won't use any of them until later.
The amount of will saves we're gonna have. On this.
We didn't. The drugs aren't important to part of this. The whole thing was that we get this thing for the Bothra.
Yeah, but this is how I can get inside and maybe do stuff because I'm super sneaky. I can fuck around in the building. I can.
Were they going to be in these like shipping container area, or were they going to be in these ones here?
Well,
You know that the like the smaller ones are the ones that Dax pointed out to be like the narcotic area.
yeah. So these, yeah, those.
And what were these?
You're not sure.
Gotcha.
There's larger, like for like larger shipping.
How do
Like
they
that's
get
like
those
supplies.
large containers in there? Because I see little doors. Okay. How do they get them in there? How do they get them in there? I need to know. These are big containers with little doors. How do they get them in there?
Damn it.
How do I figure that out?
I would say you roll a hack to be able to get a new blueprint. You're going to be doing it at disadvantage.
I'm going to say this out loud to everybody and say, how do they get these big containers into those little doors? Somebody help me! I can't figure it out.
Can I help him?
Enlarge, reduce.
Oh?
Thank you. Yep. Right on the money.
That's kind of what they could have done with the ships too. Ah!
Get it.
But
Get
the
it.
components of a ship don't reduce to the same
Yeah.
capacity of cargo containers.
Okay.
Okay. So the cargo containers, they shrink and reduce to put in that room. Why? Why would they do that? Why would they need to do that?
Why would they want to better lock and secure those containers in a room? Make them harder to get in and or out.
How do we figure out what they store in those containers?
You go in there.
From here?
Yeah, from here, from here.
I don't think so.
You don't.
Yeah,
Herkenberg.
that's a big no.
Glad things are
Oh
going.
my God.
Wait, did I get a reply from the last time?
Yeah, they said that
Oh.
they do it multiple times a day.
Yeah. Okay. Well, did they tell me how they were doing?
Nope.
Fine. It's like, glad to hear you're doing good. What do they store? What do they store in the big containers? I understand the little containers are like narcotics and stuff. What do the big ones hold?
We don't know.
Fuck. Dead to me. I don't say that. Ah.
But you were thinking it.
Yes, I was. I'm.
More than likely weapons, ship components, and probably also large containers to help transport their drugs. But either way, it's higher protective.
Yeah.
This is also a question of, do they value person life, creature life, over other things?
From the stories, no. They've been told
Exactly.
to be rather brutal in most of their attacks. Few survivors.
Right. So, on the subject of the plan of trying to sell Zero to them, vaguely, I'm not entirely encouraged at the idea that they would not lock Zero in one of those big containers, along with however many other kids, if they have other ones.
Do any of these containers look like the containers that the kid was in?
No.
Fuck.
The ones that the Tito's were like pushing forward, much more look like these.
Okay. I really wish I was smarter.
Wasn't it longer, more like this one?
They were squares.
Yeah,
Okay.
okay.
Yeah, these are just, they're severely reduced down in size because
Yeah.
the map is so large. But yeah, we can.
It's all good.
And also the question is, was that a Tito's box or a Opal Brie box?
I believe it
don't
was,
know if
I'm
we-
pretty sure
Oh,
it
it
was.
was a
different.
Tito's box.
Yeah.
Yeah. It
Exactly.
said it had all the Tito's branding.
Can't go to front side. They're looking for these two kids.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the ones that you guys had were 10-foot by 10-foot squares.
How about we let Captain Rule know, send a message to Captain Rule and say, hey, the Opal Grey are holding two kids that are named Red Flower and Necrotic Moon in their vault. And then have them raid this place.
I don't think they've had much interest to come after them thus far. I doubt they'd change that here.
But this is about Uncle
Roger.
Roger. This is like high level, right? I mean, yeah, these guys drug
Uncle
dealing.
Roger's part of it. That's the thing.
Yeah, he's looking for the kids. And if we let Uncle Roger know, hey, the kids are here, even if they're not, we use the code words Red Flower, Necrotic Moon, they got to respond to that. Like, what the fuck? Right? Maybe? I mean, it seems this
DM
is...
has left the table,
Oh,
and I'm
shit.
just worried.
Yeah, me too. I think it might...
I was just closing it because my cat's loud.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I have my
was like, the
headphones on, I can
DM's
hear you.
like, y'all aren't gonna get it.
I'm just throwing out every bad idea I got here. So,
What can we do to try and get whitelisted? I think everything that we've come up with so far still is more overt. Everything so far has us blasting in. Getting in somehow, trying to sneak past their
yeah.
near impenetrable defenses.
Not if you
But
get
we
in.
have... Perhaps. But you still
And if
run
I-
the risk of all eyes on you, and everything else will
Yeah,
still...
but I could get to where. If I could get to where they took the others, I could figure it out.
Zero, you're part
What?
of a team now. You don't have to do it all on your own.
And that's not the
And us
plan right
handing them to
now.
you is not us transporting you so that you can go commando.
Yeah. The plan is to get what's in the vault and get out. Then later we will find the other children.
Zero.
Man.
I noticed over the last several days you've enjoyed your time in the simulators. I'm glad to see that you found something after your ordeals. Might I say, I have something rather special I would like for you to do. I promise you'll get your place. Of this, I swear.
What do I know? So.
What?
So.
That's some whispers going on there. I'm going to throw out another idea while the whispers are going. What
Sure,
if...
hold on,
sorry.
hold on.
Okay, sorry.
Zero's whispering. Zero murmurs this. I don't know if I'm pronouncing things correctly.
Suddenly, the captain looks extremely flustered.
Maybe.
I still don't know what's happening. So
Me either.
Yeah, so you guys are watching this go down. Like, Zero has said something very much under their breath, and the captain is looking a little flustered. Give me
fill
a
us in, Crap.
Crown. Give me a performance disadvantage.
You want to share it with the rest of the group?
No secrets.
Oh, no.
Yeah, no secrets.
Well, hold on. Is that
Captain's
versus...
looking a bit flustered after with this whisper that has happened from Zero. Like looking around.
I only have a passive perception of 11, so I don't think I pick up on this, right?
What?
You see
question?
him. You don't.
Oh.
You don't hear.
This isn't like we're not doing anything. We're just planning right now, right?
Yep.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. Can I detect thoughts
On who?
on Crone?
Yes.
The look on Cap's face right now.
So, Captain, we need you to be as honest as you can. Surface thoughts after this happens. You hear... Zero, can you say it again?
So,
Surface thoughts.
yeah.
Just confirming, is it... I sent a whisper. Would that be the right?
I didn't get anything for you.
No, that would be to
0.
Zero to confirm that would be the right.
That was different spelling.
Oh no.
I don't know.
What do you have on him? Okay, who do I need to double check with?
Double check. Yeah. I don't know. Cody?
Oh.
Mans is
Surface
typing
thoughts.
feverishly.
Yeah, what are your surf?
It would be a
Seeing a lot of surface, not hearing a lot of thoughts.
you would see a flash of fire. You would see a flash of fire and a bit of chaos. And a muffled scream.
Deeper, deeper.
Like a soap opera. Hang on, I need to see something.
Do it. You'll have to make a roll for it.
Okay, low I probe, so I'm probing.
Oh.
Okay. It's a wisdom saving throw, if I remember correctly, right? What's your DC, Zero?
Save
14.
14. That's right. On right? Detect thoughts.
I'm pretty sure it's wisdom.
Zero, you can throw the detect thoughts into the chat so everybody can see it.
Oh yeah. Okay.
If you
Wisdom
feel so
saving throw.
inclined.
Yep. So it's a wisdom saving throw. Go ahead, Kron. I'm gonna say disadvantage because you're caught off guard.
Oh.
Of course.
I'm being creepy now.
Oh, Zero, I hate to tell you this, honey.
You've always been.
Creepy since you got here.
You feel Crone lock you out.
And Crone
Crone,
knows.
You know
Yeah.
that the detect thoughts has gone off. A very like still and silent moment as amongst this very like intuitive planning, everybody tossing out ideas over and over again. A whisper has made this room completely stop and go stand still cold. Zero flashes of fire and a muffled scream. That's where we're gonna end this.
Oh my God!
Eta
No!
Carinae!
Oh no! God!
How did we spend an entire episode planning, by the way?
Hey, it's easy.
Well, because we don't
Yeah.
know Jack. Dude.
Because
We
I'm
were
an
so
idiot. That's
prepared.
how.
Thank you everybody for watching. I hope that it was a good episode for you guys. We will be back in a couple of weeks' time to figure out
Stress.
what's going on.
Yeah. And tomorrow we plan. Good thing we got 2 days until the heist, because it's going to take us that long to plan.
Also,
Pretty
delinquents,
much.
remember,
We have 3 days
transfer
for the heist.
drugs. That's the main thing of this episode, is you have to transfer drugs.
Yeah, well, yes.
Crew transfers drug.
I promise not to take any. That should count for something.
Bro,
I mean,
want to do our outro?
yeah.
Something. I have to do something here. Hey guys, we hope you had a great, wonderful, not drug-filled Sunday episode of Dice and Delinquents. We hope you guys have a fantastic night, morning, afternoon, wherever it is that you are. Please don't forget to check us out next Sunday. Have a good one. See you, Delinquents.
Bye, everybody.